morning show. What is going on, Toddifer?
Hello,
Alexander Graham Bag.
Still confused on why I can never hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
What about now?
It's okay, but it's pretty low.
I can extend my mic closer to me. How about now?
That's a little extreme. A little bit back there, yeah.
What about this? Does this work?
That's perfect.
All right, so I'll start recording like this then.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, I was trying to keep the mic out of the shot, but now I kind of look like you. We look like we're matched up. If I go there, how do I sound?
That's perfect. Honestly, that's like a million times better.
Awesome. All right, then I'll do this from now on.
It's weird. So
I feel like that'd be like a perfect place to cut open the mouth of the Garrett thing you made and make like a Garrett screen there. But then you'd have Garrett looking at you all the time, which would freak me out. He's here.
We can't escape.
So,
what's happening, Joe? I don't know today's topic. You're taking the reins with this one.
Yes, and it's a little bit crazy. So, actually, I was going to suggest you rip a little hit before we do this, because this is going to have to do with you and I kind of telling a story.
Okay.
But it's a completely improv story, obviously.
Okay.
Right? So what we're going to do is I have a list of the 100 greatest movie characters of all time. And I'm going to pick 2 of them. And we are going to put them into a typical bar scenario. So they're in the bar, going to get a drink. Maybe they're hitting on a girl together, same girl or whatever. But some sort of conflict ensues.
Okay.
All right. No other people in the bar are participating in this little bit of mayhem that ensures. And we're going to tell a story and then come to a conclusion of who wins. Now, I figure we'll have time to do 4 or 5 of these probably. So we're going to go back and forth on who has the ending. So the first one will start, you will start with the ending. So I will give you I'll give you the character. So if I start off, you're ending it. So I'll be like, hey, it was Todd and Joe sitting at a bar and they started arguing over who was going to jerk off the other one first.
We have to argue about that? I thought we came to an agreement.
But for example, if the character is Batman, it'll be what he's got on him. He's not calling in the Batmobile or calling in the Batwing. It's what they have on them. And I'll try to keep them as equal as possible.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a big rip before we get into this.
Did the screen freeze?
Now I think I'm going to place mentally, because our first character will be Norman Bates. All right. And Norman is encountering Wednesday Addams at the bar.
Okay, this could go in all sorts of creepy ways.
So Wednesday, we'll say the more contemporary version, Jenna Ortega, we'll say is 18-year-old. Wednesday's at the bar, and she's sitting there, and she's trying to get somebody to buy her a drink because she's not old enough to buy it on her own. So she kind of hits Norman and is like, hey, do you want me to slit your throat? You know, some fucked up thing Wednesday Addams would say. And Norman looks at her and says, can I be your mommy? And she proceeds to punch Norman Bates in the balls as hard as she can.
Okay. Yeah. So Norman Bates then keels over. You dark bitch. Why would you do that? I don't like that on the first date. Then Wednesday looks at him. I'm sorry, but you know, you're talking smack about my mama. I'm gonna smack you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bartender. Whatever she wants. It's hers. Bottles, it's hers. Shots, hers. The keg, bucket, it's hers. I just don't want to get punched in the balls again. Wednesday gets drunk.
Then Wednesday proceeds to take a bottle of Grey Goose, pour herself a glass of it, smash the rest of the bottle, chug the Grey Goose, and jump at Norman and impale into his sternum the bottle.
Wow. Why did this go so dark?
Because it's supposed to be a fight between the two.
Norman then looks at her and just laughs maniacally. You dumb bitch. That shit ain't gonna kill me. Rips it out of his chest, jams it under her chin, and stands up and lifts her off the ground with this bottle still jabbed right in her chin. And she's trying to get him, kicking, swinging, whatever.
Is that the ending?
Yes.
So Wednesday Adam gets killed by Norman Bates. Oh, that ended abruptly. Okay. Our next two characters will be Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible franchise and Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. You start, I end.
I don't even know what kind of scenario to put these two folks.
Well, everything's in the bar scene, so it's in the bar.
So they're in the bar.
Hello, what would you like to drink, Mr. Hunt?
Ah, man. See, you hit me in like my weakest spot in the world.
The bar?
No, trying to off the top of my head shit. It doesn't work well for me. So trying to come up with like scenarios and shit is just I blank.
All right, completely. So I'll start the scenario for you.
Okay.
So Ethan Hunt is in the men's room of the bar. Bane steps into the urinal next to him, and Bane goes, "Oh, I guess you could call that a dick, Mr. Hunt." What does Ethan Hunt do?
Ethan looks at him and is like, "You are the dumbest looking person in the world. You want to talk about my gigantic schlong? Well, look at your stupid masked face. You even have a mask on yours. Like, what is that? Like, it's weird, man. That's weird. And why are you right next to me? There's like 18 friggin' urinals. Like, this is, you brought, well, I don't understand. You just come in here and start looking at my shit, but then you talk shit about it. Are you trying to get, or you don't? I mean, I'll have to go hang out of a ceiling somewhere to figure this out."
And then Bane proceeds to grab Ethan Hunt by the dick and lift him up. and he says, "Phew, I am Gotham's reckoning, Mr. Hunt." And then he turns his wrist so he is hanging by his dick.
Like
What
upside
happened?
down.
Like the Mission Impossible scene where he's hanging.
Yeah,
But
so he's hanging
by
like
his
that.
dick. He's hanging by his dick instead.
Wow, that's so Ethan Hunt tries to grab his, but it's too small and he doesn't have the tweezers. So instead, he manages to propeller himself with Bane holding his penis. The other side grabs him around the neck with his legs, like almost like a figure four type thing.
Okay.
Flips him over. So now, and this is going to get really weird. So now Ethan is on top of Bane, junk askew, and he just starts slapping him in the face with it.
Wow. Bane then he's got Ethan off like a jackknife power bomb kind of way.
Yeah.
So he locks his legs in that position and proceeds to grab his dick with both hands. So it stops flopping him in the face. And then he proceeds to start running at about 4 miles an hour and jumps up and slams Ethan Hunt down on the ground while his hands are engorging his dick.
So almost like a hammer, like that's
yeah. Except it's like the running jackknife power bomb, but instead he's holding his dick while he does it.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, and when they hit the ground, Ethan Hunt's balls explode from the pressure of coming down.
All right.
So Ethan Hunt's on the ground, no
on the
pants
ground, balls
on.
exploded,
Balls
dick
exploded.
in this dude's hands. As tears come to Mr. Hunt's eyes from his testicular explosion, and realizing that this dude still has a hold of his junk, he knows there's only one thing that he can do. He remembered that earlier he got a little high and ate a lot of Taco Bell.
Oh, shit.
His stomach had been gurgling for a bit now, and he figured, well, this is the best way to resolve that problem. And then proceeds to power shit all over Bane.
Well, he's on the ground, so he's kind of shitting all over himself.
Yeah, but if he's kind of like, if he's still holding him, he still could be.
As the shit is engulfing his face, thank God he's wearing a mask so he can still breathe. He twists sharply and rips off Ethan Hunt's dick. And as Ethan Hunt is bleeding out and his blood is coming out of the orifice that once used to be his cock and mixing with the shit, and Bane walks over to Ethan Hunt and takes said cock and slaps him with it in the face once and said, "I am your cock's reckoning." And then he tosses it in the growing pile of blood shit. And Bane walks away.
Victorious.
Wow. So we have Norman Bates and Bane have been our champions thus far. I like it so far. I mean, I thought Wednesday might have been able to take Norman Bates, but
he's Norman Bates, man. You know, I mean, she's you know, she is who she is. You know, she's crazy and she's kooky. You know, but
so is Norman.
It's true.
All right, we're gonna mix it up a little here.
Okay.
We're gonna do Woody from Toy Story.
Okay.
And have you ever seen The Incredibles?
I haven't, but I think I know.
Have you ever seen The Minions?
No. These are movies I have not watched because they came out when I was in my 30s.
But they're not bad.
No, I know. It's just something I've never sat down
do,
and watched.
We're going to do Woody and Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings.
I don't know Lord of the Rings.
Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
So it's just Sean Astin being Sean Astin, but with bigger feet. So Samwise walks into the bar. Now they're short too, so he's only like up to like how tall the bar is how tall he is. And he hops on his little stool and he's contemplating what mead he will drink. Then he hears, there's a snake in my boot. And he looks, and it appears that somebody left a little cowboy action figure on the seat next to him. So he picks it up, and as he picks it up, the thing moves as if it's alive. And Woody punches Samwise right in his eye. Samwise, and he drops the little cowboy on the bar.
Woody then stands up and says, "What do I look like? One of those court dolls that you show the jury where somebody touched you? Don't just pick me up and pull my string, you scumbag bastard. Barkeep, give me a shot of whiskey. I'm going to kick this motherfucker's ass."
Let's go, Woody!
He looks down and he sees him laying on the ground. He takes that shot of whiskey. And he does his best macho man elbow off the bar right into the sternum.
Oh,
right
shit.
Into the sternum. Continue.
Samwise yells out in more startlement than pain. And he grabs the cowboy and he's holding it like this so he can't get out of it. He takes his glass of beer and he starts drowning Woody in the glass of beer.
I didn't know we were going to go all Guantanamo Bay on this.
And he picks him up and he looks at him and he goes, "Why did you punch me?" And Woody spits the beer out of his face, looks him dead in the eye, and says, "I hate stupid little fucking hobbits like you." And then, unbeknownst to Samwise, Woody had gotten a toothpick. And he stabs him in his finger with the toothpick. Woody leaps from the hand back on the bar.
Samwise, what the fuck is this? Like a toothpick? What the fuck is you little bastard. So he takes a bottle of whiskey, takes a shot, grabs Woody. Woody's not suspecting it at all. Pulls out a lighter, flick, poof, fireball. Woody is now on fire, tosses him back on the bar. So now Woody's running around all on fire.
Woody stop, drops, and rolls. And now the flame is out. But his clothes are burnt. He's scorched. He's kind of deformed looking. He's pissed. He's absolutely pissed. So he looks around and he sees Samwise there laughing. And he sees the bottle of whiskey next to him. He gets a running start. He's still got his lasso. He runs. He jumps. He lassos the top of the bottle. Jumps forward and swings with enough momentum that the bottle flies, hits Samwise dead in the forehead. Knocks Samwise over. Samwise falls, laid out on his stomach on the floor. Woody gets down. Before he gets down, Woody takes a pair of scissors from behind the bar, jumps down, creeps up, has the scissors like this behind Samwise, opens the scissors up, and he cuts a hole in Samwise's pants as his backside's exposed. Woody then douses himself in whiskey again, finds a lighter. Woody lights himself on fire and dives headfirst into Samwise's rectum. I don't think anybody wins here.
No. But the last thing that Woody was heard saying was, "Now you know why they'll call me Woody." And then
all right. Wow, that went a little weird.
like the other ones haven't.
All right. All right, we have Frank Drebin.
Okay, good old Frank.
From the Naked Gun series.
Mm-hmm.
And we are pairing him up with Tony Montana.
All right, then. Well, this should be interesting.
So, Tony Montana's sitting at his bar. Massive pile of cocaine in front of him. And he's getting ready to face plant his face in it when Frank Drebin walks into the bar, trips over the table, hits a cup that hits another cup, which goes and turns on the ceiling fan and blows Tony Montana's cocaine absolutely everywhere. Continue.
Tony then looks up, pissed, as any large coke dealer would be. Looks over and sees Frank stumbling, trying to pick the table back up and pick things back up that he, knocked over and whatever, and is apologizing. Sits down next to Tony, and Tony looks at him. And it's like, "You know what you just did?" He's like, I'm here, Frank Drebin, police squad. Look for some cocaine. Tony's like, "Nah, you came to the wrong place. You ain't gonna find no cocaine." So then Frank looks at him. He's like, "Crap. Now I gotta go somewhere else to find some cocaine." As Frank starts to walk away, because he's clearly an idiot, Tony's still just ridiculously pissed. So he just runs up and just blasts Frank in the back of the head. Just boom. Knocks him.
Okay. When you said blast him, I just pictured him run up and just
boom.
And I'm like, wow, as real as that scenario actually sounds, it's like I thought we were gonna drag this out a little bit longer, but that's how we're rolling.
Just punches him, starts to in the back of the head. So Frank falls, takes out a bunch of bar stools, some random can line that's there for no reason, like 18 hot dog carts, because when he's in these movies, shit just comes out of nowhere.
Right.
OJ runs in real quick to see what's happening, also to see if he can score some cocaine, and then leaves because we don't want to get OJ involved in any more murder.
And then we noticed when OJ left that he left a black isotoner glove on a table.
That's true.
So as Frank gets up, Frank actually doesn't even realize what has happened. He's not exactly sure. So as he's getting up, Tony Montana grabs a chair or stool and he swings the stool at Frank. Now, as Frank stands up, Frank noticed that his shoe's untied, so Frank leans down to tie his shoe as the stool misses him. But as the stool misses him, the stool hits the TV that's hanging on the wall. The TV falls. lands on Tony Montana's foot. So now he's running, ow, 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 ow. Now as Frank stands up from tying his shoe, Frank turns and he knocks over a bottle of liquor, which spills on the ground, which as Tony's running around with his broken toe, slips, falls on, and now the TV falls off the bar because he set it on the bar after it fell on his foot, falls back on him.
Okay. So Frank's still all confused because that's what he is most of the time. Looking around, sees Tony laying there under the TV. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing? What happened?" Lifts the TV off of him. Goes to give him, help him up, whatever. Tony obviously still irately pissed. Takes out a knife. I'm just going to end this now. Goes to stab him. Frank steps out of the way because he sees something on the corner of his eye. He goes to look at it. So he ends up stabbing the bartender. Just right to the heart. And taking it out, bartender collapses. Done. He goes again to stab Frank. Frank steps out of the way again just to go look at something else. He ends up stabbing the bar. Now he's just stuck kind of in the bar. So Frank turns around and sees him and goes over. "What's going on? What are you doing? What happened to the bartender?" So Tony, just still pissed, punches him in the face. So now Frank knows something's going on. Why did this guy just punch me?
Then Frank takes out his gun and shoots Tony Montana in the face and kills him.
Wow.
I never saw it coming. Took me completely by surprise. Just, I thought Tony was going to have that one.
Frank's not a murderer.
All right. George Bailey. Do you know who that is?
I think so.
Main character from It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay, yeah.
George Bailey.
Yeah.
And Wolverine.
What the fuck is that? How could you? It doesn't even. There's no context.
Wolverine's drinking at the bar. George has just jumped off the bridge, and now he's in the alternate world. In this alternate world, everybody hates Christmas. Wolverine is a Royal Canadian Mountie because he's Canadian. All right. And he just got off duty. His wife divorced him, took the kids. It's fucking Christmas Eve. He just wants to drink his sorrows away and smoke his cigar. He fucking hates the world. And then you got this fucking George Bailey guy runs into the bar, says he knows me, but I don't fucking know this guy. He said we were best friends in a different life, and we fought this magnet man, and I don't know.
Magnet
weird. Man. He needs to get the fuck away from me. And George grabs him and he says, Logan, come to your senses. And that really pissed Wolverine off, so he snicked. And they get ready to go at it.
So George Bailey, all confused, is like, why? Where did these things come from? This guy's hands. This is crazy. Looks at him. He's like, listen, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. Why are you like this? It's Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas. Wolverine's like, what? No, Christmas is terrible. My life is terrible right now. Why is this guy trying to make light out of my life? And why doesn't he understand these things that come out of my hands? Everybody gets it. I ride a horse. I'm Canadian. I have things in my hands. Like it's all goes together. So Wolverine looks at him. He's like,
maple syrup
and bacon. This ham. It's crazy. Wolverine looks at him. He's like, why do you like, when did you start liking Christmas? Everybody hates Christmas. It kind of like puts his, like whatever claws, right under, not into him, but like right under there, like in a threatening, like, why? Like, my life sucks right now. Why are you so happy?
And Clarence the Angel comes out of nowhere with a fucking drop kick and makes the save on George Bailey.
Whoa.
Wolverine tries to stab him, but the claws go right through him because he's an angel. And Clarence looks at Wolverine and says, if you don't change your ways, if you don't make amends with your estranged wife, if you aren't a better dad, you're going down a dark path, boy. And Wolverine looks and he realizes that all his problems have come from himself. And if he starts today, right now, and he takes a step forward in the right direction and makes a change, by golly, he can be a better man. So Wolverine looks at the bartender, looks at Clarence, looks at George. He goes, "There are tabs on me." Grabs his coat, takes out another cigar, and goes, "Thanks, George Bailey." Lights the cigar and walks out the bar. Ends in a draw. Boom. Saved by God.
You could go like really M. Night Shyamalan on it. And as Wolverine walks out the bar, George Bailey walks up behind him and snaps his neck. He's just like,
well, what I originally was going to do was as he walked out of the bar, I was going to have God smite him.
But it would have to be like Alanis Morissette God.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
now
now we have, oh, perfect. E.T.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm not going to hit you with the character that was next because we've already gone down to the fucking Shire. But the next character was Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to do E.T. And I'm going to let you start this one. And Ace Ventura.
E.T. and Ace Ventura.
So you set it up. Who's ever at the bar first? What happens? Who wins?
So E.T.'s at the bar, all depressed.
Wow.
The magic finger kind of maybe made its way somewhere on
back to Earth.
What's that? He never really left. To be honest with you, it was all conspiracy. E.T.'s always been here.
I saw the ending of that movie. He definitely got on the spaceship and left.
No, he's a Jedi. Okay, first of all, he's a Jedi. He can do what he wants. He's part of the Jedi Council. We're not. So he is a Jedi. So E.T. has free reign to do whatever he wants and be wherever he wants because he's a Jedi.
Before we continue, what was with the 80s not wanting to give their aliens like actual names or refer to them by their actual names? Like E.T. wasn't E.T.'s name.
No.
Alf had a whole fucking real name, Gordon Shumway, and they just still called him Alf. Like that would be, I would kind of take offense to that. Like,
wasn't
after a while,
that was like an acronym, right? Alf,
alien life
form. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, even then, it was still like if you broke down the acronym, it wasn't like Alf could be considered a name, but what it actually stood for, you can't. Like so. Yeah, it was like, weird.
It's like Fez in that 70s show.
Yeah, Fez was the shit.
But like it stands for foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, back to E.T. being a Jedi and being wherever the fuck he wants to be. He's chilling at a bar. But he's depressed because, things may have been accused of some things with that magic glowing finger and small children in the neighborhood. So He's kind of sad. He's been ousted. So he's just getting drunk. Then in walks Mr. Ventura, who's been looking for E.T. actually, because of these accusations. So he's kind of broaden his horizons more than just animals, dolphins, etc., bat poop and whatnot. Now he's kind of, that slowed down a little bit. So he opened up the doors to other options. So when this, he heard about this ET thing, he was like, well, alrighty then. I'm going to have to jump right on that.
So he went from Ace Ventura Pet Detective to Ace Ventura Alien Hunter?
Or Ace Ventura, whatever I can get a job doing.
Okay.
Kind of an odds and ends tag. It's been a while. The business got slow with finding animals. The internet helped a lot with that, Facebook posts and such. So, he had to expand his horizons so he could keep,
sharing Facebook posts put Ace Ventura out of business.
Yep, exactly. See, think you're doing good, but you're taking away somebody's career.
Facebook hasn't added.
So he, strolls up and he's like, E.T., I take it. And he's like, why does everybody call me fucking E.T.? It's not my name.
I wonder if they ever really gave him a name. Freud?
Floyd.
I wonder if he actually has a name, though.
He probably, somewhere deep in the whatever. It's like Slimer and Onionhead.
Continue.
So
I'm thinking your story.
All right. So Ace comes up to him and he's like, he's like, no, he's like, I don't go by that. My name's Floyd, and I'm sick of all this crap. I didn't do anything. I hated these accusations. So Ace is like, well, I'm just doing my job, and I got to, I got to take you in. So E.T. slams back a shot, raises his finger, which starts to light up, and he's like, you know what I could do with this finger? You're up.
Ace Ventura makes some weird comment about what he would have him do with a finger. And then, now we don't know the full capabilities of E.T. So E.T. takes the finger and he zaps Ace right in the balls. Ace hits the ground, and then E.T. comes over, and then he zaps him in the forehead. He's like, ow, ow, ow. And then as he goes to go do it again, Ace's little dog, the little barking dog, comes in and bites E.T.'s hand and starts again. Go ahead.
So as the dog, which I don't remember the dog's name, growling and, has a tight grip on it, E.T. slamming against the bar, throwing it all around, trying to smack it off. Ace gets up, grabs a small table. That's right.
Oh.
Screw the bar stool. Grabs a table and kind of has it so he's like holding like the base of it. So the table's like in front of him, almost like a battering ram.
Okay.
And runs at E.T. Gets him. The dog lets go, and he's just charging with him, pushing him. And he pushes him like into the wall. Not like body crushingly into the wall, but like gets him so now he's stuck literally between the wall and the table that Ace is holding. Ace looks at him, he's like, I like fingers, but not like that. And E.T.'s just kind of squished there, like, I need the phone somebody. And he's just, he's like, I'm going to take you in. And then
E.T. says, my name is Shrek. It's Shrek, Z-R-E-K. And he picks up the stool, and he proceeds to impale Ace Ventura. No, but it's only like he's missing the vital organs. It's like hitting like the outer parts, like where the rib cage is. And boom, right up against the wall. Now Ace is there. He's bleeding, and he realizes he's bleeding out. And he calls his dog, who was not named in the movie. And so he goes, takes the dog. No, he sets the dog on the stool, essentially, and He kisses it, tells it he loves it, and he hands it to E.T. and says, "Take good care of my baby." And he proceeds to die. But you hear one last time from his butt, "Goodbye, everybody. I loved you all." And Ace Ventura dies. E.T. beats Ace Ventura.
Then E.T. goes all Springfield, Ohio, and eats the dog.
His name's Shrek.
Shrek. Sorry.
All right. How long have we been going for?
40 minutes.
We'll do one more. All right. We're going to do Sarah Connor.
Okay. She's a bad bitch.
And Axel Foley.
Okay.
So Axel walks in the bar, and we're talking like T2 Sarah Connor. So like she's fit, but she's looking good, and in his mind, all he hears is so he's got the swag on. So he's got the Detroit Lions jacket on, and he leans down at the bar next to her and goes, "Hey, oh, what's going on? Yeah, let me get a drink and let's get her a drink." And she kind of looks at him and looks away. And he goes, "Hey, baby, what's your name?" "I'm Axel F, babe." She looks at him again, and Clay looks away. So then he goes and puts his hand up. Hey, baby, I'm talking to you." And as he does that, boom, big leather-clad hand grabs his arm, and it feels like it's crushing his wrist. And he looks up, and we see a man with a striking resemblance to Arnold Schwarzenegger in all leather glasses looks up. And Sarah looks at Axel and says, "I'm here with somebody."
And Axel, as he's getting his arm crushed, does just that laugh that just gets you after a while. And, and he looks at him. He's like,
stopped doing. So that was his real laugh.
"Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw that." And he actually stopped.
And he stopped doing it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Because people were picking on it so much.
Yeah, I think there were people kept asking him to do it, and it's like, dude, it's not an act. That's terrible. I feel bad for him. See, that's why I don't want to be famous. I don't want people to go, "Oh, do this. It's funny." It's like, that's not part of the act. That's part of my life.
Yeah. But if they were asking you to do something, they'd be like, "Hey, Todd, get stoned with me."
Well, that's different. Sorry. That's completely different. So yeah, he looks up at him, his arm's getting crushed. He's like, "Oh, you're a big guy, aren't you?" And that guy looks down at him and is like, "Yeah." Then proceeds to just pick Axel up, crushing his arm still. "Leave her alone. She's mine." Throws him across the bar. So now Axel, tumbles, kind of on the ground or whatever, takes out a few bar stools, gets up, laughs again, because, apparently that's what Eddie Murphy does a lot, is just laugh. Holding his arm, because now it's kind of dangling, because he crushed it and he would have picked him up, so he just got like this dangling, arm. So he's just kind of getting mad. So he picks up a bar stool and starts to run at presumably Arnold and swings the bar stool at him, and
the bar stool completely splinters. Arnold doesn't move at all. He looks and he goes, "Fuck." Now, mind you, the whole time Sarah Connor's just sitting there. So Axel pulls out his pistol And he proceeds to fire 3 shots into the chest of Arnold, who, again, besides the quick jerking, doesn't move. Arnold looks down and looks back at him. And then that's when Axel goes, oh, fuck. Arnold proceeds to keep going towards him. Axel runs behind the bar, and he grabs all the bottles of liquor that he can and throws it at Arnold or in Arnold's direction and fires, which causes a little bit of a fire on the end of the bar, which starts to melt, and Arnold's on fire, is closing the fire. At this point, Sarah Connor gets up. And when Axel goes to turn, Sarah Connor's right there in front of him, and she punches him right in the face, knocks him out cold. Arnold and Sarah leave. Axel becomes barbecue.
Barbecue Axel.
It was like, dude. All right. One more. We are going to go Sean Riley. Do you know who that is?
No, who is it? Tell me and I might.
Sean from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
So do you know who that is?
Yeah.
And we are going to team him up with Ferris Bueller.
Huh. That's an interesting team.
Ferris, so if this is the 80s, we'll say the drinking age is still 18. Ferris Bueller just turned 18. He's skipping school and he went to the bar. Sean comes in because he just realized everything just went to shit outside.
Are we talking the Winchester? Is this at the Winchester? You got to make it at the Winchester.
Sure. Ferris skipped school and took a plane to England and was at the Winchester, yes. And he grabs Ferris because Ferris is the first one he sees. He's like, they're all fucking dead out there. They're zombies. Da, 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 da.
So Ferris looks at him and laughs like, you know what? I don't, I've been through a lot today. You seem like a crazy British man. So we'll just, we'll kick back. Let's have a pint or two. And, we're here in the Winchester just hanging out. You could throw something on the jukebox, but don't kill the queen, but throw something on the jukebox. And let's just relax here. And Sean looks at him and is like, no.
Friend.
Dude, best scene in that whole movie.
Oh, dude.
So Sean looks at him, is like, grabs and shakes. He's like, no, you got to listen to me. There's dead people outside. They're coming for us. Like, you got to just stop being this carefree, kid. You got to be worried about the world that's about to eat you. So Ferris is kind of like a little annoyed at this point in time. Like, why is this dude grabbing me? I'm just trying to have a good time. I flew across, like whatever. So he kind of like pushes Sean off. And he's like, dude, you're crazy, get away from me. So tries to keep drinking. Sean goes up, grabs him again. So this time Ferris just kind of like shoves him on the ground.
And Sean goes, fine, you don't want to listen to me? And Sean goes and he unlocks the door of the bar and opens it up. In pour 4 zombies. And then Sean shuts the door again. 2 of the zombies head towards Ferris. 2 of them go towards Sean. Sean, who's been doing this now for several hours, knows what he's got to do. And Sean grabs the ashtray that's on the pub. And he bashes the first zombie in the head till he kills it. And he sees Ferris is like climbing on the bar, trying to get as far away as possible. And Sean yells to him, gotta shoot it in the head or gotta smash it in its head,
Kill the
And
brain.
so Ferris grabs, well, it wouldn't be a baseball bat, a cricket stick that was hung on the wall and starts hitting the zombie that's coming after him in the head. And Sean breaks off one of the legs of the stool and stabs the other zombie in the eye, killing it, and then comes up behind the third one and kills it. Ferris eventually kills the one that was there, and Sean goes, "Now do you believe me?" And Ferris looks at Sean and goes, "Yes, I do." And Ferris smashes Sean in the face with the cricket club thing.
Now Sean stumbles back, holding his face, nose bloody, eye hanging out of the sockets. He hit him like right across there. What are you doing? I just saved you. I just helped you. I just told you how to to kill these things. Why'd you attack me? Ferris looks at him. He's like, how do I know you're not one? You could be one. Maybe you're not fully changed yet. You could still be one. So why should I wait till you turn on me? Why don't I just kill you now, and then I don't have to worry about the risk of that? So Sean looks at him and he's like, you know what? I don't know if, you're not one as well. So he grabs a bar stool, swings it like in his midsection, connects with it. So he just kind of goes off to the side a little bit. So he's kind of down. Ferris kind of hunched over, holding his side. Then Sean just runs up and drop kicks him, kind of across the floor or whatever.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, and then
now Sean is trying to put his eye back in the socket. He pops it back in, but he's feeling a lot of pain. And as he's doing that, all of a sudden, Ferris comes up, cracks him right in the fucking jaw. Now he stabs himself in the eye as he's putting the eye in. He's like, what the fuck? He grabs a beer bottle and he smashes it upside Ferris's head. Ferris stumbles, and Sean now realizes he's got a sharp projectile. So as he walks towards Ferris, they're kind of towards the front of the bar, but kind of up against the wall. And as Sean goes to stab Ferris and finish him off, a hand busts through the window and grabs Sean and pulls Sean out the window and eats Sean. And Ferris freaks out, climbs on the roof of the bar, and prays for help.
Like it.
The end. The Todd and Joe Morning Show. Before we go, I have an idea for a way we can end the show.
I have a question for you. Who will win in a fight? You don't have to go crazy. I just want to know your immediate answer when given these two characters. Who would win in a fight? Sam or Dean?
Dean. Was that even a debatable?
So you feel that Sam wouldn't put up a good fight at all? You don't think that
if it depends on the scenario too. If there's prep time, Sam's a smart one. Sam will figure out a way to beat Dean before Dean. But if it's a spur of the moment and they're just physically fighting, Sam might be a little bit bigger, but Dean's meaner.
Yeah, but Dean's weakness was a fucking nail.
Okay, that's every person's weakness. All right. Okay.
How are we ending this shit?
You'll see. Todd has a big dick. Todd is super cool.
That's what I think.
Garrett is a bitch. Where's Drew? Wrestling. WWE. Liv Morgan's ass. All right. Now, I'm going to name some styles to you, and I want you to pick one. Energetic. Happy. Romantic. Melancholic. Sad. Funny. Relaxing. Futuristic. Bohemian.
Happy.
All right. Apply. Genre. Pop, rock, jazz, reggae, electronic, hip-hop, blues, country, folk, R&B, metal, rap, flamenco, black
Reggae.
metal.
No black metal. Reggae.
Reggae?
Yes.
Did I say reggae? All right. We are creating a song right now. So we have a couple minutes to burn. Let's go see what the top headlines are on TMZ.
That's crazy.
All right. Oh. Justin Timberlake is heading into Sag Harbor Court. No smile. Won't answer any questions.
Oh, yeah. He got a DWI, right? Like a month or two ago.
Yes, but I believe it's going to get reduced.
Why? Because he's Justin Timberlake? Is that why? Because he's got a dick in a box? That should not be an excuse to really, do anything lower. Just because your dick may be in a box, that doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
On to you, court system.
All right. Apparently, Ray J got in a blowout fight with Princess Love. I guess that's his significant other in front of the kids. Never did nothing to mama. Okay, our song is done. It appears.
Did you hear that Shannon Sharp went supposedly accidentally live on Instagram while he was going at it with some bitch?
Yes, I did hear about that. All right, are we ready?
Yeah, yo, fucking play it. Not really reggae,
wrestling in the league, live more style as can't be beat. WWE, where the action's at. Todd's a cool one, that's a fact.
Todd's a cool one, that's a fact.
What program is that?
Mozart. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what the lyrics that came up. Todd's packing heat. He's the man to beat. Garrett's just a bitch. Can't take the heat. Drew's in the ring. Wrestling elite. Liv Morgan's got an ass that can't be beat. WWE, where's the action at? Todd's the cool one. That's a fact.
Oh, God.
So I don't think that is going to be the new Wrestle Fandom theme song, but every week we are going to try to find the new one.
Now, can you do that on your phone and send it to your email so you could actually upload it to use as a song for stuff like this? If you found or created
that's
one?
the Stomper song. That's where I got that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And actually, so
you should come up with you should come up with a funny one for Tuesday.
All right.
And not tell Garrett or anything.
You know the song Ambitions is a Writer by Tupac?
Yeah.
I put the lyrics into this to do it as a rock song, and it kind of came out kind of dope.
Hey, buddy.
Hang on.
That's great.
It's kind of cool, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, we don't get any copyright shit for that.
No, because it changes it, and then.
True. Oh.
I'm working on doing a Marvel podcast with one of my buddy from work, and I came up with I could probably just debut it here. Hang on, I'll send it.
Let's do it, and I gotta get going.
You know what? You're a jerk.
I'm not.
Too niche nerd network.com. handphone. Work at gmail.com. Un momento. Neural network. It's a network. All right, there we go. Set now. Boom, 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 boom. Come on. Come on. So what do you have planned for the rest of the day, Todd?
Oh, outdoor work and indoor work and just a lot of stuff. But it keeps me busy, and I'm okay with that. I have nice weed to smoke that keeps me active. The Blue Dream is a nice sativa. So I smoked that.
Sounds wonderful.
I smoked it all day Saturday and I got so much shit done. It was ridiculous. I made like apple cider and something else. Appley cookies. But yeah, no, it was so that's all I'll be doing today. I only have 2 plants left hanging.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure I'm over 7 ounces now. So I'll get over a half pound.
Sheesh.
But going forward, I can't grow that many in that space again. So I just have to make sure I'm being mindful about nutrients and all the other stuff to make them get the most out of the smaller amount of plants.
Window. Here we go. All right, ready?
Yes, sir.
Marvel movies, we've seen them all. From Great to see Cassandra know the fall. Joey Stones is a dick, Captain Stick is a freak. Time to get down with that shit.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
That shit cracks me up. Yeah, that'll be the MCFU.
It's fantastic.
All right, tune in tomorrow for Wrestle Fandom Radio. And,
I was like, oh shit, that's tomorrow. Then I realized what day it actually was. Go on.
It's only Friday for us. We're in the past.
Yeah. Marijuana.
And then, yeah, check us out. Like, share on all the things. Subscribe.
Yo, spread us like we're herpes.